up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren if you're new here, and welcome back to Taylor Swift Tuesday. How's your Tuesday going? I hope it's going well. I have a huge show for you guys today. Like, there is so much to talk about, so we're just gonna jump right in. If this is your first time on my channel, hi, I'm Lauren. Make sure you are subscribed. I talk about all things pop culture, and this is my weekly Taylor Swift Tuesday show. In today's show, I'm gonna be giving you an update on the Big Machine radio special that they released on Spotify. Then I'll be chatting about a fabulous new cover of Taylor's Tim McGraw that also got Taylor Swift's stamp of approval. Next, I'll be telling you a really funny story about why Taylor Swift was trending on Twitter on Sunday when the Miss Universe pageant was going on. After that, I have some fun and exciting news about Netflix reaching out to certain select Swifties. Some exciting stuff here. I've also got a really heartwarming story about a really dedicated Taylor Swift fan who's doing some good in the world. And then, yes, of course, don't worry, I will be covering all of the extensive engagement rumors that have been flying around between Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift once again, and there's more chatter this time than ever before. What does it all mean? And then last but not least, I will be covering the story about Taylor Swift using facial recognition software at her Reputation Stadium tour this year and what they did with this information. Now, before I get into today's show, I want to wish you all happy holidays. My next Taylor Swift Tuesday video will be falling on Christmas Day, and if you're anything like me, you might be a person who waits till the very last minute to get your friends and family gifts. I'm trying to get better about it, but as long as they receive it, that's all that matters, right? Well, I was doing some online shopping and I found a bunch of really cute stuff, and I wanted to include the links to those items below. If you're still looking for some last minute gift ideas that are really affordable and fun, random things like bath bombs, fuzzy blankets, phone cases, and a whole bunch of other random stuff, if you want to check that out, all of the links will be included below. Okay, anyways, let's hop in. Remember in my video last week when I talked about Big Machine Radio releasing a 12-year celebration special on Spotify? Well, right after I posted last week's Taylor Swift Tuesday, they added commentary for every single one of Taylor Swift's songs from her past albums. I highly recommend that you check this out, you guys. It's hosted by Becca Walls of Big Machine Radio, and it's really great for all of you hardcore Swifties out there. On the Reputation album commentary, they have a quick little snippet about each song, and sometimes they actually interview a fan about their favorite part of the song, what it means to them. But on the commentary from her older songs from her past albums, they dug into their archives and pulled out old interviews from young Taylor Swift talking about each individual song being made, and it is great. It's so great. You have to go check it out. Also, I do want to say I loved hearing your guys' response to my Grammys segment in my last video. I did get a little bit heated, but you know that I just had to share my honest thoughts with you all. I really quickly just want to say how much I appreciated the comments from people who didn't agree with me. I love when we can all have a healthy difference of opinion, and you can tell me why you don't agree with me in like a nice and constructive way, that you just are sharing your thoughts with me, not like attacking me or anyone else in the comments for that matter. I think it's awesome. I also really love that you all really leave me incredibly thoughtful comments on each of my videos, and I love that. It makes my hard work on these Taylor Swift Tuesdays so worth it. As you know, I'm sure there are a lot of fandoms out there that just like to argue in the comments and get aggressive with each other and be mean, and I just love that we're not like that. So thank you for continuing to support me and write nice and thoughtful comments and not skipping ads. I'm just happy that we're not like that. Go us, keep spreading that positivity. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Speaking of the Grammys, as you all know that in my opinion, I feel that the Taylor Swift Reputation album got snubbed for next year's Grammy Awards in all of the major categories except for her one nomination of Best Pop Vocal Album. I thought you'd all like to know about an Instagram that I came across last week from Billboard. They had an Instagram post and an article that showcased Taylor Swift. It said that Taylor Swift's Reputation album was the biggest album of the year, and on their Instagram they posted a photo that said Taylor Swift #1 female artist of 2018, #1 Billboard 200 album, and #1 Billboard 200 female artist. I'm not exactly sure what those last two mean, but hey, it's exciting and we'll take it. The reality of Taylor Swift being snubbed in this year's Grammy is settling in. We're finally starting to accept it, but it's nice to know that other major music companies recognize her incredible presence and impact from 2018. All right, moving on. I want to talk about last week when we got a rare Instagram story from Taylor Swift herself promoting another artist. She posted about Maggie Rogers, who recorded a really great cover of her classic hit Tim McGraw. Taylor said, "Thank you, Maggie Rogers. This cover is heavenly," which is a really big compliment, and honestly, she deserves it. Have you checked it out yet? I highly suggest that you do. It's really good. She changed around the arrangement of the melody, and it's a really warm, upbeat pop synth sound to it. It's really cool. Maggie posted an Instagram announcing the cover, and she said, "My Spotify singles cover of Tim McGraw by the one and only Taylor Swift is out now. This song is classic songwriting at its finest and has meant so much to me for the last 10 years. I hope you love it as much as I do." She accompanied this caption with a hilarious photo, you guys, that you have to see for yourself. Please enjoy because I died laughing when I saw it. Here it is. Amazing, I love that. And also thank you to my Instagram follower JasonB11 for sending me the article that Billboard wrote about this. I'll include the link to that Billboard article below. And on that note, make sure you're following me on social media because you just should. There's no other reason why. Now, let's talk about why Taylor Swift was trending on Twitter on Sunday. This past Sunday was the 2018 Miss Universe pageant. And apparently there was a Taylor Swift doppelganger competing. Everyone online could not stop talking about how much Miss Canada looks like Taylor Swift. Her name is Marta Stepien and she's freaking gorgeous. I only really see the resemblance in a few photos, but my favorite thing that people were saying online is that she looks like the version of Taylor Swift in You Belong With Me, the stuck-up brunette version of her, which I can totally see. I see the similarities most in these next few photos that I'm about to show you. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Hilarious, very random, maybe they're long lost cousins. Probably not, but I always think that's so interesting with the internet. Like, we were able to connect with so many people now. Like, is there a Lauren Lipman doppelganger out there somewhere? I always get that I look like so-and-so and so-and-so, but like, I would love to know if there is another brunette, blue-eyed Lauren Lipman lookalike out there. If you find anyone, make sure you tweet me, DM me, let me know, I'd love to see them. Now, let's talk about something really exciting that happened yesterday, and it's happening today still to some really excited Swifties. Roxanne, whose Twitter handle is @SwiftHargitay, received a DM from Netflix. They said, "Hi Roxanne, so happy to see that you're excited for #RepTour Netflix. We'd like to send you something special. Would you mind sending us your name and shipping address?" How cool is that? This came up on my Twitter timeline, and when I clicked on her profile, I actually found out that 3 years ago, Taylor Nation invited her to the Super Saturday show in Houston, Texas, but she couldn't attend because she was 18 years old. I can't imagine how heartbroken she was to be selected by Taylor Nation to go to a Taylor Swift concert and not be able to attend because she's under the age of 18, but sweet redemption is here. I'm really happy that Netflix noticed her and messaged her. I wonder if she's gonna just get some like special merch. I wonder if she's gonna get a DVD copy of RepTour. I don't know. I really have no clue what it means, but she's not the only one. As I was writing the script for this video, I got a tweet from Stephen Hill, and he said that he got the same exact message. So if you're showing excitement on Twitter and using the #RepTourNetflix, think positive thoughts, guys, because you never know, you might just be the next person that Netflix is going to DM. If this happened to you, make sure you comment down below or contact me on social media so that you can keep us all updated on what they're gonna send you. I'm very curious. I wonder if there's like specific Taylor Swift reputation / Netflix merch that they designed together. That would be dope. Okay, now I want to update you on an awesome story that I talked about last week. Remember the two boys who programmed their Christmas lights to play Taylor Swift's Ready For It? Well, Taylor Swift took notice and spoiled these guys. And I mean spoiled. They received a package on Taylor's birthday, very ironic, and Louie of the Twitter account @Coverboy received a huge package of merch from Taylor Swift herself. And guys, I'm not kidding, this box was filled with like around $5,000 worth of Taylor Swift merch. I didn't actually count it up, that's like an estimate that was just talked about in the video, but it's a ton of stuff. And I think I speak for all of us when I say, oh my God, I am so jealous of you right now. She also included a handwritten note telling them that the video was epic. They actually filmed themselves opening the package on Periscope, I believe it is. So I'll include the link to that full unboxing so you can check it out in all of its glory. It's amazing. You also have a really cute dog, Louie. And just congrats, that's so exciting. I love that she does it for her fans. Also, can we talk about the fact that she's now been using a custom wax seal when she writes handwritten notes now? I have a few friends that are graphic designers and they've like showed me the magic of like what a wax seal is, and oh my God, it's just like a really cool thing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to Instagram, look up the wax seal. And if you're looking to waste some time and just watch some really odd but satisfying videos, go to that hashtag. I love wax seals. I want to make my own custom one now. Now I want to mention a really heartwarming story that was sent to me last week by actually a few different people. A 19-year-old girl by the name of Ohoud, living in the Middle East, decided to do a really good deed for a group of people who really need it. She was raising money to buy some medicine for some health concerns that she was having, but then after realizing it was much too expensive and to go a different route, she decided to do something else with the money that she had gathered over the years. She seeked out a village in Ghana and worked with a third-party company to build a well for an entire village, and she named that well Taylor Allison Swift. On her Tumblr post, she wrote, "So everyone who's going to drink some water from that well is going to thank God for Taylor Allison Swift, as I do every day because you really saved my life. I was having the worst health problems, but with you and your music, I always ignored the pain. I hope that well is going to make a difference and going to make you happy because as I know you. Those kind of things are the best, and nothing makes you more happy than helping people who really need your help." I think that is truly amazing, Ohoud. I had the opportunity to chat with her a little bit on Twitter and DMs, and just again, thank you for your generosity. That's so selfless and kind of you, and especially to name it after Taylor Swift and want to share your joy of what Taylor Swift has done for you with others. I think that's absolutely amazing. You're in the holiday spirit and you're great. I just want to give you a big virtual hug. I think we can all relate to the positive impact that Taylor Swift has had on all of us. Okay, now let's talk about what's been flying around the rumor mill because, oh my God, guys, the rumor, it's back. Once again, there are Joe Alwyn, Taylor Swift engagement rumors running wild. But here's why I'm wondering if it's different this time. So apparently a source told Us Weekly some details. Now, I am always skeptical when any article makes an entire story on a tip from an anonymous source. Might I remind you that Us Weekly is one of the publications that Taylor Swift made fun of when she released her Reputation Tour magazine? So yeah, take it with a grain of salt, but this source says, Joe is very keen on proposing soon, but he wants to make it unforgettable and extremely special. He's her dream guy. Taylor's going to be over the moon. So I don't really know what to believe here. I do think it's pretty crazy that one quote from an anonymous source has prompted a lot of headlines from a ton of different news outlets. Every single major news publication has taken this one quote and made an entire article about it. It makes me think, hey, maybe this anonymous source really is a credible one. I will say that because this source used the word keen in their quote, makes me think they're from England. So like maybe it's one of Joe's friends who's hung out with a couple together but like hasn't been briefed on how to not speak to the press about them. And then another part of me is like, meh, we really don't know if this is true or not. But okay, here is Lauren's opinion on this. I really do believe that Joe Alwyn is the one for Taylor Swift. I said it right when I heard the album for the very first time. I think it's a pretty risky move to write and make an entire album about one guy. In it, she's calling him the king of my heart, body and soul, I'll never let you go, etc, etc. And the fact that she wrote an entire album about Joe makes me think that they have talked about their future together and that they're pretty damn confident in it. It seems like Joe Alwyn has made Taylor Swift realize the importance of keeping your personal life private and away from the spotlight. And I think that really struck a chord with her. I mean, we haven't really seen her share a ton with us since they started dating. I feel like the fact that she's treating this relationship so differently means that something's different. You can date people your whole life, but all it takes is that one person to make you realize why it never worked out with anybody else before. So yay, I hope it's true, but I don't know if this is a reliable source or not, so we just don't know. Okay, now let's talk about the week's biggest story. Taylor Swift reportedly used facial recognition software at a few of her shows this tour to scan the massive crowds for known stalkers. Now, this has been a really polarizing story that's made a bunch of people feel all types of ways. So I'm gonna break it down for you completely before I give you my opinion on things. Here's an excerpt from Rolling Stone article about this. Taylor Swift fans mesmerized by rehearsal clips on a kiosk at her May 18th Rose Bowl show were unaware of one crucial detail. A facial recognition camera inside the display was taking their photos. The images were being transferred to a Nashville command post where they were cross-referenced with a database of hundreds of the pop stars' known stalkers. So these concert venues knew very well about this. It's not like she and her team were doing this in secret. This did for sure happen at the Rose Bowl concert in Pasadena that I went to. I honestly can't remember if I saw any type of kiosk with rehearsal footage on it, but if I passed it, I'm sure that I stared at it because any hardcore Swiftie wants to see all that behind the scenes footage. So what this software does is it takes your face, scans it, and matches it to a list of known people on a watch list. So people who are known to be stalkers of Taylor Swift, have restraining orders, and people who pose a threat to public safety. A few companies have even written articles about how Taylor Swift is one of the most stalked celebrities right now, and she and her team wanted to ensure complete safety at the Reputation tour. Now, I also want to remind you that the fine print on most every single concert ticket that you buy in this day and age says that by buying this concert ticket, you agree to be photographed. Now, privacy concerns have been raised over ownership of this footage, like who owns them, how long will they be on file for, and can this information be sold to someone wanting more information on them? As we all know, data on what you like and what you don't like can be heavily monetized by digital companies. But you also need to realize that concerts are private events and they are not required to inform you that you're being photographed. Just like when you go into a gas station, a restaurant, or a hotel, they can photograph you or take video footage of you the second you step into their facility. Okay, here's my opinion on this. I am 100% okay with this. And I'm actually happy that you did this at the Rose Bowl and at other shows this tour. Concerts of any type can be an extremely dangerous situation if you think about it. I try to not think about it, but because of where we are as a country right now, it's always in the back of my mind about how dangerous these places can be. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of people packed into one space, and generally your guard is off at a concert because you are so excited to see your favorite artist perform and you're just having a good time with your friends and family. Yes, security measures are taken and bags can be checked, but if someone really wants to, they can sneak in illegal stuff. Remember, Ariana Grande's concert was bombed in Manchester in 2017, last year, by a terrorist who gained access at the arena. He was inside the building. 22 people died and 59 people were wounded. This suicide bomber was able to gain access into the building, which was also a private event. If they had implemented a similar software, maybe things would have been different. If you'll remember, there were a few times when Taylor Swift was performing on stage alone, just her and a piano, and we saw her get really nervous. We saw her like look behind herself and check the stage when she thought that she heard footsteps. Now we all know why. Again, this makes me like really curious. So what if the facial recognition software worked and they identified someone at a show that night as a stalker? How would they be able to know where this person was sitting? I tried to search for it online and I couldn't find anything about anyone being escorted out from a show. If you have any more information on that, let me know in the comments below. And honestly, I know that some of you watching right now might not agree with me, and that's totally fine. I am someone who is slowly getting more and more comfortable with the idea that if I give the authorities a little bit more of my personal information, they'll use that information to keep me and others safe. I'm starting to become okay with it. I don't personally engage in any illegal activity or anything that would make anyone seem like I have anything to hide, but I know that this specifically is a really polarizing subject. But in my mind, you need to realize that this kind of stuff is already happening. If you have a smartphone with Facebook, Instagram, Google Maps, Waze, then a lot more is being tracked than you realize. Sounds scary, but it's true. So I'm guessing anytime that you download an app, update your app, you don't read the terms and agreement. Me neither. It's like 40 pages long. But if you are worried about stuff like this, I do suggest reading some of the terms and agreements from these apps that you use every single day, specifically social media. But me, personally, I'm starting to become more and more okay with it, even if it is really, really creepy. Because in situations like this, there were 60,000 people at the Rose Bowl on one given night. Within a matter of 4 hours, that many people were there. I honestly think it's really smart, and I know that you are just as glad as I am that nothing bad happened to anyone on Taylor Swift's tour this year. But of course, make sure you let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Please be nice about your thoughts, but obviously I know that we're not all going to agree on this. Today's video shout out goes to Yona Shupai. Sorry if I butchered your name, but you've been following me for a while now, supporting me, tweeting me, sending me messages. I just want to say you rock, love you. She wrote on my Instagram, "Hi Lauren, I loved your last TST, I was hyper. My name is Yona. It's an Albanian name and my whole family gave it to me. It means ours." I love that comment, Yona, because that's also one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs. Ours, amazing. If you want to be my next week's video shout out, make sure you are following me on all of my social media handles. Go to my Instagram, comment on my most recent post how you're celebrating New Year's Eve this year. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Me and my friends are gonna like put something together at the last minute. I don't know, but I'd love to know what you guys are doing, so make sure you comment and let me know. All right guys, that is all the time that I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave it a like. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and my vlog channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.